Hey there, this is John Barton from JB Cases. This is our weekly showcase for the first week in February here of 2018. For those of you who are keeping track, should I say like Captain's Log, Star Date 2018 or whatever. Anyway, I want to show you guys some cool cases we got in here. So I'll bring in the cart and we'll get going on that. So got a really cool case here. This one's really pretty. It's black and tan. Tan zipper pulls, tan piping on there, tan stitching. And we've got some pretty cool embroidery on here. Check it out. Look at that. Look how nice and clean that fleur-de-lis is. Who dat? Is that what they ask you when you leave with all the money? Who dat? Anyway, so pretty cool case here. This one is also a 3x6. With backpack straps, and it has a black interior. I know you guys can't hardly see everything in there, but that's it right there. Give me a second, I'm going to bring this light down a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Let's see, I hope that works. I think that should give you a better shot of the interior there, yep. So yeah, and of course it's got the JB Cases Ultra Pad interior, so you know, you guys are going to see a lot of copies out there. You're going to see a lot of cases that look like our cases coming on the market. I've harped on this a lot before, but you know, if it doesn't have our label in there, it's just not built like ours. That's all there is to it. They can put a little bit of padding. They can put a little bit of padding in the top of the case, but you don't know what happens below that. You know, so that's one thing to be concerned with is. If you can't reach in there and pull that interior out and see that it's fully padded all the way down, maybe you don't want it. You know, maybe you should think twice about buying the case. If the person selling you the case won't take their $5,000 cue, put it inside, shake it, throw it down the room, toss it up, you know, I mean, I would do that with my cues. I would take my cues, put them in here, and throw it and literally chuck it down the room. You know, so. If they're afraid to do that, if they're scared to do that, then maybe you might want to think twice about buying the case. So anyway, this is a really cool case here. This is a 4x8 in red and black with red stitching on here, red zipper pulls. This is Dynamite Rugged style with the larger pockets. Now, we've got a really nice, elegant embroidery on here for Corey. And of course on the top here, another embroidery. It says GS, pretty big on there, cool. And let's see what the interior looks like on here. Now one thing's cool about this is a taller lid too. We've been started doing this where whenever you order a ball holder in the lid with the custom order, you'll get a taller lid, and the taller lid allows the ball to stay completely inside the lid instead of dipping down into the cavity here. So people seem to like that. You know, they got a little bit more room in there, and that way their cues can come all the way to the top, but the ball stays in the lid. So there you go. So we think that that's a pretty cool addition. You know, we're always trying to improve. We're always looking for ways to do something better. We don't always, you know, make a big deal out of it. So a lot of times we'll do things and we'll do them for a while before we even tell anybody about it. That's just one of them right there where, you know, we started doing it, I don't know, 3-4 months ago, and I haven't really made a big deal out of it. I don't really offer it as an option necessarily. It's just if someone orders a ball holder in the lid when they order the custom case, that's what they get. So, you know, eventually I'll get around to making it an option where you can order it or not or whatever you want. So backpack straps, really nice, really cool. Another thing to remember when you're ordering cases is remember if they give you a single point of contact here, then and two down here, that's not ergonomic. That's not well done on there. So just because they say it's a backpack strap doesn't mean that it's actually a backpack strap. Just putting 2 straps on the case by itself does not make it a backpack. It makes it wearable like a backpack, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be comfortable and ergonomic, and that the actual stress points are going to handle the stress of being worn like a backpack. So that's one thing to think about right there. Okay, I've already shown you guys those, so let's flip this around a little bit. If you guys want to bring me any of the custom cases over here to show while I'm doing this, feel free. Okay. Anybody, any of you guys, any of the custom cases I see over there, so I don't have to walk over and get them. This is a really cool case. I like this color scheme. This is black and purple and white with white zipper pulls, white stitching on here. So again, you know, when you're ordering cases from us, you've got literally billions. I mean, you know, I know people toss out the number billions these days like it's nothing, but when you add up all the different colors that we have and ways to combine them on a case, you do literally have billions of combinations. So, you know, you could sit here and just with these 3 colors, you could come up with 20 different cases, you know, 50 cases. It doesn't matter. There's endless amounts. But anyway, look, really pretty here with the embroidery. So one thing you'll notice, so I want to mention something for those of you who watch these videos a lot. When you're designing online, you can design your name by going and hitting the enter button and bringing each letter down. So you can have it from top to bottom. A lot of people like that. Or if you want, you can put it this way. But one thing I want to mention is you should always make sure that your name is turned properly so that when you're holding it by the handle, it's legible this way, like that. A lot of times we see designs come in and people have the name flipped around the other way. And what would happen is when you put it on a table, it would look like it was upside down. You know, so if the handle was up here, it would read upside down. So that's one of the things to consider. So yeah, you know, just always think about how you want to see it and how you want it to read in whichever direction that you think it's going to be seen most. So anyway, this is purple with white stitching, and let's see what color interior we have. This is a 2x5. So it has a purple interior. That's another thing with us, by the way, is we're the only ones that offer interiors in different colors, as far as I know, standard. You know, I mean, I'm sure that there's other people who can do it, you know, but we're the only ones I think that offer such a depth and breadth of colors of interiors easily. Here's a really nice case. This is gray and maroon, so very pretty. That's a nice combination right there. Flows really well, and this one also has maroon thread with a black interior, 2x5. So, really nice. I'm not sure if I showed you this one. This is a blue. This one here is blue and green. So it's kind of a neon green right there. I know the light's kind of washing it out a little bit right there. So I'll back up so you guys can see the color a little bit better. But yeah, very pretty case with green zipper pulls. And it has blue stitching, which is also really cool on here. And there you go, 2x5. If you see me looking over there, it's because I'm looking at a monitor so I can see myself. I like that a little bit better. The record quality is a little bit better on the back camera on the phone here, so that's why I do that stuff. It's not me being shifty, it's just me looking over at the monitor to kind of check where I'm at. All right, what do we got going on here? Sorry, I was running over one of our interiors here. So once again, you know, this is our interior. No magic to it. It's foam padding all the way down. We got a little bit of extra padding down here. We got nice padding right in here. So that's the JB case interior, you know. And like I said, with our cases, you can just reach in, pull it out. You can see what's in there. If anything gets stuck, somebody pours a beer in there or something like that, you can always take it out. But it's important because a lot of times when you buy knockoffs, or people are trying to sell you knockoffs, or not even a knockoff, they're just selling you a competing case, a competing design, and the outside design might look really cool, but you don't know what's on the interior. You don't know whether they've actually paid attention to the protection as well as they should have when they built the case. So, you know, something to think about. All right, this case here is really cool. This is a like a royal blue, 3 pockets. Got a little bit larger pockets on here, taller pockets. Got the name Brian on here, so you guys can see that. Looks really cool. And blue zipper pulls, and it's got nice bright blue stitching on here with backpack straps again. And this one here is, let's see what color interior we have. And we have a nice blue interior to match it. 3x6. So it's really pretty. I love handling these cases. They feel really good. You can feel the quality when you pick them up and you touch them. I mean, you know, you can just feel how strong and how stable the handles are on here, how well sewn everything is. So that's something that as you're out there buying, you know, for those of you that don't already own one of our cases, when you're out there and you have a chance to compare products, I want you to go out and I want you to pull on our handles. I want you to try to tear the case up. Because I'm confident that you won't be able to do it, number one. But number two, if for some reason you picked up a case, say you're at a show, right, and you pick up a case and you try to tear the handle off like I tell you, I'll just hand it to you. Let's say that you were able to do it. Let's say for some reason you were able to just, you know, pull the handle off or even, you know, make the stitching pop or something. You know what I would do? I would turn around and I'd grab another case like this and I'd hand it to you and I'd say, okay, do it again. Because I know that overall, 99% of our cases are sewn super strong. So they're never going to fail you in those areas because we've learned from our mistakes. Anytime in the past that we've had any kind of little tiny issue, we've just gone back and made it stronger and stronger. So the competition will absolutely not let you, as far as I know, I've never seen or heard of any of them allowing people to do this. I've never seen anyone allow you to grab a handle and try to tear it off or try to tear their case up in the booth in front of all the other customers. I've never seen it. So as customers, I encourage you to ask if you can do it. And if they say no, maybe you want to reconsider that case. Maybe you want to reconsider your decision and just walk on by or surf on by, go to, you know, end up at JB Cases, because we will let you do it. You know, we'll let you do it. Because the worst thing that can happen with me is it comes off in your hand, I hand you another one, the next one's good, the next one's good, the next one's good. Then I look at the one that came off and I determine why it happened. And if it was just a brain fart, somebody had a bad sewing day, then I don't worry about it. But if it's something inherently wrong on there where I think we can make it stronger, guess what? The very next cases that are produced are going to be stronger than the ones I just handed you. So that's how we roll at JB Cases, and that's why that you should always consider us over the competition. I can't do anything about design. There's lots of pretty designs out there. You might not like this basic look. You might not like just being able to do all your color combinations and everything like that. Things like that, just ask us. You know, we're happy to experiment and try stuff. It's just that we like this. We like, you know, having the custom ability to do this. But there's a lot of things that we've done that we just haven't shown people. You know, so we can do just about any type of design or some facsimile of it. We're not gonna make a dead nuts copy of somebody's case. But you know, we can do our own interpretation if you're willing to pay for it. You know, we're a custom case maker. But my overall point though is that if you're walking around a show and you see something that looks pretty, just remember it might not be that well built and it might not actually be protective inside. And you want to inspect all of those things because you don't want to sacrifice your pool cue, the thing that you need to play pool with, for the prettiness of a case or for the good looks of a case. You don't want to sacrifice and take a chance on damaging your equipment that you actually play pool with for something that you actually don't play pool with, which is your case. The case should just protect your cue. So there you go. Anyway, here's a really pretty case. This one is, I'm not sure what the symbol is on there, but it's really pretty. Might be some initials or something. But it came out looking really nice, very elegant. Pink zipper pulls, backpack strap. And here, again, the taller lid with the ball holder inside, and black. So I usually don't recommend black to people because it's harder to see the cavities inside, but once you know where they're at, you know, it's pretty easy to find the hole and all right, that's starting to sound bad, so I'm not even going to go there, but anyway, you know where to stick your stuff, okay? We'll put it that, we'll leave it at that. All right, so here is another pink one, so a similar case, pink and black, pink sides, backpack strap. Basically everything's the same except that one has embroidery and a taller lid. This one has a pink interior. So you see how much easier it is to see where all the holes are in this one? You know, now you do run the risk, of course, when you have a lighter colored interior, it can get dirtier. So my advice to you guys is when you have a lighter color case, you know, just make sure that you get the chalk, get the tip below the cavity, and then just slide it in, and you won't have to worry about getting chalk all in the visible part of the case. You know, just take a few extra seconds is all it takes. All right, here's another one that's gold and black, or tan and black right here. Pretty cool looking. See that? Tan zipper pulls, one strap, and 3x6. Let's see what color interior we have. We have a tan interior. So again, I like that. I just think that interior looks very pretty like that, and it's very easy to see everything. So there you go. Alrighty, another pink and black, black and pink. This one is with the Dynamite Rugged, taller pockets, longer pockets. So this is an 18-inch pocket here, and this is an 8-inch pocket right there. So lots of space to put stuff in. And this is a 2x5, also with a light pink interior. Now remember, you can also change the color of interiors. We sell interiors, so you can buy the interior from us online. If you want to change both sides, you know, you'll have to buy the lid to go with it. I myself have just taken like a green interior and put it in my case, and I'll show you guys real quick. I wanted to slide a new interior into it, so what I did was I just put a green one in, and I just left the blue lid. So you can see right there, it's kind of cool, and I've got kind of rainbow stitching on here, so the green works out. Lots of colors on here, but that's my interior with a blue lid, so it's not a big deal. So you guys can do stuff like that if you want. Alrighty, moving around here. Oh yeah, this case is really cool too. Check it out. This is whenever you see these little tags on here, that's just the numbers, the order numbers and stuff. So it just tells us whose case it is. But check this out. This is really cool. Holly, and I think that's a logo of a sports team or something on there, but check that out. Got some antlers going on there with a skull. Not sure what that represents, but I think it came out pretty cool. Got a real thick border around there. Looks really good. Green zipper pulls. I'm gonna guess these are maybe jersey numbers. So I'm showing you my appalling lack of sports knowledge here. You know, it's I probably should give up my American card, give up my citizenship if I don't know all the football teams and basketball teams and so on. But I apologize, but I don't know them. Check that out. Looks really good. Here. Now I want to show you something here. Look at this. This is black and gray with just a touch of maroon on here. See that? With maroon zipper pulls. See, it's again, you got so many different combinations in there. It's got maroon, maroon thread. So see, it's very elegant, this case. You know, just like a fine briefcase. And it's just that splash of color, extra color in there to kind of set it off. And then here we put, the customer chose that, a maroon strap with black here, and then just the maroon accents on here. So really nice. Let's see what color interior he's got in here. And he's got a red interior, bright red interior. And there you go, easy to see everything. All right, moving on here. I have this one I really like too. I just think these colors work really well together. This is pink and purple, pink and 2 shades of purple. So check this out. Let's step back so you guys can really see the colors here. This is a lighter purple on the sides, lighter purple on the handle, and we have pink here, right here, and darker purple here and on the faces of the pockets. So you see how it kind of flows? See how that color flows around there? And then check that out with the embroidery. That pink embroidery right there to match the body. It really sets it off really well. And then of course here we have the 2 colors. We have the lighter purple right here, and then the darker purple right here, and pink stitching all the way around, pink zipper pulls, and a purple interior. See how cool that is? I almost want to take this out and put a pink piece up at the top, you know, but she didn't ask for that, so I'm not going to do it. But actually, people don't ask for that because they don't know they can do it. So now I'm going to get in trouble because people are going to start asking, and Karen's going to be mad at me for adding another thing to think about. Really cool navy blue with white and black here. Also a really good 3-color combination on here. Navy blue, white zipper pulls. It says T-Town right there, so I'm guessing that's maybe Tulsa. I don't know. And there could be a lot of T-Towns. And a nice blue interior in there, 2x5, looks pretty cool. So next up here, I've got black with green right here, so check that out. A little bit larger pockets on there, looks good. And this is a 4x8 with a green interior. Got a green interior 4x8, and he's got a couple these are little elastic bits right here, so you can take these and you can stick them like I'm doing here. You can put it in the lid or somewhere else. I'll just stick this in so you can show you here what that looks like. It's Velcro, and then the Velcro attaches to the fabric that we have, so you can put these in the lid. You can say put a ball in there or something, you know, hold something in there like chargers and things like that. That's what I do with mine, is I put in there for that. Or these can be also put in the pockets. All of our pockets, by the way, have the same fabric inside the pocket as is inside the case. So anything with Velcro will stick to them, and that's really handy because not only do we sell accessories and things like that that are Velcro, that can Velcro in, you can also get anything with Velcro. You can take sticky back Velcro and you can put it on on a little box or anything, right? On your favorite tip tapper or whatever. Just put a little sticky back Velcro on there and then stick it to the case in your favorite spot, and it's always going to be there ready for you. So we think that's a nice little convenience, you know, that helps people to set up cases the way they want them set up. And then one other thing on this case, we were talking about where to put stitching. He put here Pat's Nation on there, just right there. And so again, when that sits on a table, perfectly readable right there, or when he's carrying it, or when he's wearing it, you know, it's perfectly readable right there, just as he wants it to be. So there you go. All right, next up I have a really cool case. This is a hybrid right here. This is a black with gray piping and purple stitching. So the hybrid means that everything on the case, almost everything on the case except for the body is leather. So we have leather handles, we got leather pockets, and I've got a full leather top here. Let's see what color interior we got. We got a purple 3x6 interior, and I've got a leather bottom going around here, the ring on the bottom. So pretty cool. And leather shoulder pads here, the tops of the shoulder pads. Now on all our shoulder pads, we have suede right here. So as opposed to our competitors, you know, who use whatever they use, we put full suede on every case. So it doesn't matter whether it's you know, $160 case or whether it's a custom case. We put suede on the shoulder pads because the suede is grippy. It makes it where it doesn't slip off your shoulder, so it's more comfortable to carry it. You're not constantly, you know, going to your shoulder and trying to hold the case on, and it lasts a long time. You know, so before we used suede, we used to use a rubbery type material that was really good, but we found out that after a while, you know, it could start peeling. So we had been doing suede on all of our leather cases and higher end cases for a while, and we just decided, you know what, let's just put it on all of them, and that's what we've been doing for about a year now, and it's working out great. So, all right, this case here is really cool. This is a multicolored case, very multicolored. We got gray, and we got light gray, and we got turquoise, and we got yellow in here with yellow stitching. So this is one that is not going to be easily lost in a crowd. And this is a 3x6 with blue interior. There you go. Alrighty, next one I've got up here. This is a really cool case. This one is a hybrid as well, but it's when you order a case, you don't have to order everything in leather. So this one is just leather handles. Some people really like the feel of leather in their hand. You know, they like it better than the netting. So these are the leather handles that we do on here, and they're really nice. And one thing about the leather handles that we do it here is they're also ergonomically set up, so they're comfortable in your hand. There's nothing to cut you. There's nothing that feels bad. Anytime there's anything sharp on a handle, what happens is you're uncomfortable and you constantly want to shift away from it. You're constantly doing this. If you're holding a case like this and there's something sharp on the handle that's bothering you, then you're constantly fidgeting around and moving it around, and you're taking your hand up and you're doing this because it hurts you. Well, you know what? The smallest little thing, it's like the princess and the pea, right? The smallest little thing can bother you, and even if you don't consciously say to yourself, you know what, this bugs me, it still bothers you physically and mentally, because all that fidgeting that you're doing, all that gripping and clenching and relaxing and moving around, all of that affects you. So when you go to play pool, anything that you've had to do while carrying your case, where you've had to do extra adjustments on your body or your hand or, you know, all that affects you when you get down to stroke and you're playing, and it makes it harder and harder to relax because you've been working out your muscles in different ways that you didn't necessarily need to be working out. You know, you're trying to grip your cue. Well, if you've been messing around with this like this for an hour before you go play, I guarantee you your hand's going to be a little bit twitchy. You know, your feeling's going to be a little bit off when you're stroking. And now, you know, you can think about this a little bit, but think about the times when you're playing and you go to do a draw shot or a follow and you hit it a little too hard, a little too soft, or you can't quite get the feeling. Well, you guys know what carpal tunnel is, right? So carpal tunnel, like when you're doing any activity repetitively, and like with moving a mouse or you know, you've heard of tennis elbow and stuff like that. Well, what that is, it's a fatigue. It's muscular fatigue is what happens. You know, it's because you've been working out a muscle too much, and that makes you lose feeling. So I'm not a doctor, obviously, but you guys could look this stuff up. Go online, look it up, and you'll see that what I'm saying is right. It's all has to do with the study of ergonomics, and ergonomics is the science of comfort, basically. So anytime you see something that says this chair is ergonomic, or the seats are ergonomic, or you know, whatever, this headset is ergonomic, for example, so that it fits comfortably in my ear and I can wear it for a long time without having to worry about it. That's what they're talking about, is the science of taking an object and making it comfortable for a human to use it. And a lot of case makers, they don't pay attention to that when they build their handles and things like that. They're not really thinking about how it feels to stand there like this with a case that's, you know, 6, 7, 8 pounds or whatever it is full, and having to hold it and not have to shift all the time. You could stand there all day long and hold this case right here, and there's nothing in the way that this handle's working that is going to bother you as far as holding it in your hand. Nothing. There's no sharp edges. Everything, your hand fits comfortably around it, and that's what we strive for. So whether we build cases with rounded handles like this, where it fits comfortably in the hand like that, or whether we build cases with leather handles, we do the same thing. We make it fit comfortably in your hand. So anyway, this is a really nice case. It's got a leather handle here. It's got a leather handle here. And of course, as always, all of our stress points on here are always leather. He chose an all black case, but just the zipper pulls are red. So look how that makes a nice little splash of color on there. Just the simplest little things, really cool. And then this one has a tall lid. So as you can see, a tall lid with a ball holder inside. 2x5, 3x4, 2x5 and 3x4 are the same case, by the way. And also, I say 2x5. If I said 3x4, a lot of you guys would think that it's a much bigger case than it is. It's not. This is actually the equivalent of a 2x4 for other people. It's actually smaller than a 2x4. So most people take our 3x6 and they think it's a 2x4. If you don't already know our cases, because our cases tend to run a little bit smaller than everybody else's. But as far as this case goes, you've got the ability to put 3 butts and 4 shafts into a case that's smaller than our competitor's 2x4. So think about that. So, in addition to every other thing I've told you about that's a bonus for owning a JB case, now you've got that too. So here, last one I've got to show you for today's group. This is a 4x8 in black and blue. And look how nice and pretty this is with the blue piping and blue stitching. And this one has a magnetic top pocket or a chalk pocket on here. So it's got elastic in here so you can reach in here and get your stuff out. But look how nice and satisfying it is when it closes. Bam, right there, silent. We build all this ourselves. So these magnets we put in here, we don't buy these things. We don't buy cheap magnets, purse magnets, things like that, that wear out, that they break, they rust. We don't do any of that. We buy all this stuff ourselves, these neodymium magnets, and we actually embed them inside, underneath the fabric inside, and we make sure that they work properly. And we do that because we want them to last forever, and we want them to be elegant and work like they're supposed to work. So there you go. So this one here is, as I said, a 4x8. Looks really cool. A little bit taller lid on there, so if he wants to put a ball holder in there, he can. And backpack straps. Now check out the backpack straps here. Look at that. Now, if you want us to do stitching like this with a border on there, you just have to ask us. We don't have the capability yet for the designing online for you to be able to do that. So just write it in the margins in the notes and say I would like to have like blue stitching with a white border as he did. See, and we'll be happy to do that for you. But there you go. So just always remember, that when you're thinking about a JB case, we get questions all the time. Can you do this? Can you do that? And the answer is almost always yes. Okay, it's almost always yes. There's very few times when it's a no. And when I do say no, I'll give you the reason why I said no. And believe me, I don't like to say no. But if you ask us, if you don't see what you want when you're trying to design a case, just ask us. And most of the time the answer is going to be yeah, we can do that. Just because I don't have all the choices online or all the ways online doesn't mean that we're not willing or able to do it. Okay, so that's it. So you guys take care. Thanks a lot for watching, and just remember, if you don't want to build it yourself, please give us a call and we'll be happy to do it for you. Take care. Bye bye.